Have you ever noticed how your paycheck disappears before you even realize where it went? One minute, you're checking your bank balance and seeing that fresh deposit. The next minute, it's 2 weeks later and you're staring at $127 in your account, trying to remember what happened. Most people spend their entire lives in this cycle, working hard, getting paid, and somehow ending up broke by the end of every month. But there's a reason some people escape this trap while everyone else stays stuck. And it all comes down to what happens in the first 48 hours after payday. Picture this: 2 people, same job, same salary, same city, same bills. One retires at 52 with over $2 million in investments. The other works until 68, stressed about money every single day. The difference wasn't luck. It wasn't a secret investment strategy. It wasn't even about making more money. It was about having a system, a routine they followed every single time they got paid. My name is Jonathan Harrington. I spent decades in banking, watching thousands of people either build serious wealth or stay trapped in the paycheck to paycheck prison. And what I discovered is that wealthy people don't wing it when money hits their account. They follow the same 5-step routine every single payday. A routine so simple you could set it up in one afternoon. So powerful it compounds into millions over a lifetime. And once you build it, it runs on autopilot. Whether you're motivated, exhausted, or barely awake. Today, I'm breaking down the exact system. Let's go. Here's where most people destroy their financial future before they even realize it. They look at their paycheck and immediately start dividing it up into needs: rent, car payment, groceries, utilities, insurance, phone bill. By the time they're done, 80% of their income is already spoken for, and they call all of it essential. But here's the trap nobody talks about. Most people's definition of essential mysteriously expands to consume whatever they earn. The $600 car lease becomes necessary, reliable transportation. The $1,800 one-bedroom apartment becomes, I deserve to live somewhere nice. The $800 monthly food budget packed with DoorDash and meal kits becomes, I'm too busy to cook. Meanwhile, wealthy people draw a hard line in the sand. True necessities, the things you literally cannot survive without, should never exceed 50% of your take-home pay. Not 70, not 60, 50% maximum. Everything beyond that line, that's where your future gets built. Let me show you what this looks like in real numbers. Imagine someone taking home $5,200 per month after taxes. Let's call him Ryan. Ryan pays $2,100 for his apartment. He lives alone because roommates are for college kids. $520 for his BMW lease. Image matters in his industry, right? $700 on food, mostly Chipotle, DoorDash, and those convenient meal kit subscriptions. $180 on utilities and his premium unlimited phone plan. That's $3,500, roughly 67% of his income, and he's convinced all of it is essential. The remaining $1,700 evaporates on bars, clothes, gadgets, and experiences worth having. By the time his next paycheck arrives, he's got maybe $200 left in his account. His net worth, exactly the same as last month. Now picture Graham, same $5,200 monthly income, but Graham sees money differently. He pays $1,100 for his half of a 2-bedroom apartment, $280 for his 2018 Honda that runs perfectly fine, $400 on groceries. He meal preps every Sunday and brings lunch to work, $120 on basic utilities and a no-frills phone plan. That's $1,900, about 37% of his income. That means Graham has $3,300 every single month that Ryan doesn't have. But here's the critical difference. Graham doesn't see the $3,300 as extra spending money. He sees it as ammunition. Every dollar beyond survival is a soldier he deploys to capture territory in his financial future. Into index funds, into his Roth IRA, into crushing his student loans in half the time. Ryan thinks his lifestyle is normal. Graham knows Ryan is drowning and calling it swimming. So here's what you need to do right now. Before your next paycheck hits, open your banking app, pull up the last 3 months of transactions, circle only these expenses: shelter, rent or mortgage, basic renter's insurance, core food, grocery store receipts, not restaurants, not delivery apps, actual groceries, transportation, the cheapest reliable option to get to work and back, utilities that keep you alive, electricity, water, heat, not cable packages or premium streaming bundles, essential insurance, health insurance, car insurance if legally required. Add those numbers up, divide by your monthly take-home pay. If that percentage is above 50, you don't have an income problem. You have a lifestyle inflation problem disguised as survival. Everything else, gym memberships, subscription services, eating out, new clothes, weekend trips, lives in the discretionary bucket, that's where your future gets decided. This is the line that separates people who retire early from people who work until they die. But knowing your survival number is just step one, because here's where most people completely sabotage themselves, and it happens in those first 72 hours after payday. Imagine a waterfall flowing backwards, water climbing uphill instead of falling down. That's exactly what you need to do with your paycheck. Most people run the broke person sequence: Paycheck arrives. Pay all the bills, buy whatever they want, try to save whatever's left over. Spoiler alert, there's never anything left over. This isn't a discipline problem, it's not a willpower problem, it's a sequence problem. Wealthy people flip this entire process upside down. Their sequence looks like this. Paycheck arrives. Pay their future self first. Pay all the bills second. Spend whatever's left third. Guilt-free. Same income. Completely different outcome. Let me walk you through the exact order wealthy people execute every single payday. Within 24 hours of your paycheck hitting your account, 5 transfers need to happen in this exact order. Transfer number 1. Emergency fund. 15% of every paycheck goes straight into a high-yield savings account. Not a checking account where you can easily spend it, not an investment account where it might lose value. A boring, safe, FDIC insured savings account earning 4 to 5% interest. You keep doing this until you have 6 months of expenses saved. Why 6 months? Because life throws curveballs. Your car breaks down, your laptop dies, your company does layoffs. When disaster strikes, people with emergency funds stay calm and handle it. People without emergency funds go into debt and spiral backwards. An emergency fund isn't just about the money, it's about sleeping differently at night. It's about walking into work knowing that if something happens to your job, you won't be eating ramen in your car next month. Transfer number 2, retirement match. If your employer offers any kind of retirement plan with matching contributions, this is literally free money sitting on the table. Most companies match anywhere from 3 to 6% of your salary. Think about this for a second. If your company matches 5% and you earn $60,000 per year, that means if you contribute $3,000 annually, your employer also contributes $3,000. You just doubled your money immediately. Show me any other investment that guarantees a 100% return on day one. It doesn't exist, yet millions of people ignore this because they don't have extra money to invest. You're not investing extra money, you're collecting free money that's already yours. Ignoring employer match is like walking past a $20 bill on the sidewalk every single day because you're too busy to bend down. Don't be that person. Transfer number 3, additional retirement contributions. After you've grabbed the employer match, your goal is to get to 15% of your gross income going toward a retirement. If your employer gives you 5%, you add another 10%. This can go into your 401k, a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA. The account type matters less than the consistency. Here's why this matters so much. Someone who starts investing $400 per month at age 25 and earns an average 8% annual return will have roughly $1.4 million by age 65. But if they wait until age 35 to start, just 10 years later, investing the same $400 per month with the same returns, they'll only have about $590,000. That 10-year delay cost them over $800,000. Time is the most powerful force in wealth building, and every month you wait is money you're lighting on fire. Transfer number 4, debt destruction. After you've handled the emergency fund and retirement, every extra dollar you can spare goes to crushing your highest interest debt. Credit cards charging 22% interest, personal loans at 15%, car loans at 9%. Here's the math most people miss. If you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest and you only make the minimum payment of $150 per month, it'll take you 52 months to pay it off. You'll pay $2,748 in interest. That's nearly $3,000 you're handing to the credit card company for absolutely nothing. But if you add just $200 extra per month, paying $350 total, you'll be debt-free in 16 months. You'll only pay $767 in interest. You just saved yourself $1,981 and bought back 36 months of your life. Minimum payments are designed to keep you broke forever. Extra payments buy your freedom back. Transfer number 5, post-tax investments. After you've handled everything else, whatever's left from your wealth building bucket goes into taxable investment accounts. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. Doesn't matter which one, just pick one and open an account. Buy low-cost index funds that track the total stock market and leave them alone for decades. This is money that's not locked up until retirement. You can access it anytime without penalties, but the longer you leave it invested, the more it grows. $500 per month invested consistently for 20 years at an average 8% return becomes $294,000. You only contributed $120,000. The other $174,000? That's compound interest doing the heavy lifting for you. Now, let me show you what this looks like when someone actually follows this sequence versus when they don't. Ryan gets his $5,200 paycheck. He immediately sees $5,200 in spending power. He pays his $3,500 in bills and essentials. Then he's got $1,700 burning a hole in his pocket. This is my money, he thinks. I earned it. I deserve to enjoy it. So he spends it. New sneakers, weekend trip, nice dinners, a few rounds at the bar with friends. By the 25th of the month, his bank account shows $340. His net worth increased by exactly $0. Graham gets the same $5,200 paycheck, but he never sees it as spending money. Before he pays a single bill, automated transfers execute. $780 to emergency fund, $260 to his 401k to get the full employer match. His employer adds another $260, $520 to his Roth IRA, $400 extra toward his $8,000 credit card balance. That's $1,960 deployed to his future before he even thinks about bills. Then he pays his $1,900 in actual necessities. He's got $1,340 left for everything else. Restaurants, hobbies, fun stuff. Same paycheck as Ryan, but Graham just increased his net worth by $1,960 this month. Ryan increased his by $0. Over 1 year, that's $23,520 in wealth Graham built that Ryan didn't. Over 10 years, with compound returns averaging 8%, that gap becomes $360,000. Same job, same salary, same city, same expenses. One person retires at 50 with $2.1 million in investments. The other works until 70 and prays Social Security doesn't collapse. The only difference? The sequence. Now, you might be thinking, Jonathan, this sounds great, but I'm barely making ends meet as it is. I don't have $2,000 a month to stash away. That's where the final piece comes in, and it's the only thing that makes this system actually work for real humans. Here's the uncomfortable truth about human behavior that nobody wants to admit. You are not reliable. I don't care how motivated you are right now. I don't care how much you love this system. I don't care how committed you feel in this exact moment. 2 weeks from now, when you're exhausted from work, stressed about life, and staring at your bank account on a Tuesday night, that motivation will be gone. You'll tell yourself, I'll transfer money to savings this weekend. Weekend comes, you forget, or worse, you remember. But you see something you want and you convince yourself, I'll start next month. This is why 90% of people with good intentions stay broke. Not because they don't know what to do, because they rely on willpower instead of systems. Willpower is a muscle that gets tired throughout the day. You wake up Monday morning feeling like a financial warrior. By Thursday evening, you can barely remember your own name. The idea of being disciplined with money sounds like a joke, but automation never gets tired, never forgets, never makes excuses, never sees something shiny and decides just this once. When your money moves automatically according to your plan, you remove human emotion from the equation entirely. Your money gets allocated properly, whether you're having the best day of your life or the worst day of your year, whether you're motivated or depressed, whether it's January 1st or December 31st. Let me show you exactly how to build this robot system. Step 1. Create your account structure. You need separate accounts for different purposes, not because it's complicated, because it's simple. Each account has one job. Account 1, checking account. This is for bills and daily spending. Money comes in, bills get paid, life happens. Account 2, high yield savings account. This is your emergency fund. Choose one that's FDIC insured and earning at least 4% interest. Ally Bank, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, American Express Savings. Doesn't matter, just pick one that pays you real interest. Account 3, retirement accounts. Your 401k through your employer, your Roth IRA, your traditional IRA, anywhere your tax-advantaged retirement money lives. Account 4, taxable brokerage account. This is your non-retirement investment account. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. Doesn't matter. Just open one. Step 2, map your automatic transfers. The day after your paycheck hits, these transfers execute automatically. Not when you remember, not when you feel like it, automatically. Transfer to emergency fund, 15% of paycheck until you hit 6 months of expenses, then drop to 5%. Transfer to 401k. This gets set up through your HR department to pull directly from your paycheck before you ever see the money. Set it and forget it. Transfer to Roth IRA. Whatever amount per month gets you to the annual maximum. For 2024, that's $7,000 per year, or about $583 per month. Transfer to brokerage account. Whatever's left from your wealth building bucket after everything else. Transfer for extra debt payment. Set amount toward your highest interest debt. Step 3, schedule semi-annual reviews. Twice per year, January 1st and July 1st, you review your system. Not to manually move money. To adjust your automation based on life changes. Ask yourself, did I get a raise? Increase all your savings percentages by the same amount immediately. Did I pay off a debt? Redirect that monthly payment to investments the same day. Did a major expense disappear? Daycare ended? Car loan paid off? Student loan finished? Move that cash to wealth building immediately. Step 4, never touch the manual override. The second you start thinking, I'll just do it manually this month, you've already lost. That's your brain trying to trick you back into the old system that kept you broke. Now, let me tell you a story that shows you exactly why this matters. 2 people I worked with in 2012. Both were 28 years old at the time. Both worked in tech. Both earned $62,000 per year. Both came to me asking for financial advice. The first person, let's call him Ryan, said, I want to start investing, but I'm waiting until I feel more comfortable. Money's tight right now. I told him, Set up automatic transfers today, even $200 a month. You won't even miss it. He said, nah, I like having control. I'll do it manually. I'll move money over when I have extra. The second person, Graham said, I don't trust myself. I need you to help me set up automation so I literally can't mess this up. We spent 90 minutes building his entire system. $200 per month to Roth IRA, $300 per month to 401k, getting his full employer match, $150 per month to emergency fund. Once it was set up, he never touched it again except to increase contributions when he got raises. Fast forward to last year, 2024. 12 years later, I ran into both of them at a coffee shop. Ryan's salary is now $94,000. He's doing well, right? Promotions, success, living a good life. I asked him about his finances. Savings account, $11,000. 401k, $43,000. He finally started contributing 3 years ago when his company forced auto enrollment. Total invested net worth, $54,000. He's 40 years old now. If he wants to retire at 65 with even a modest lifestyle, he needs to start saving $2,100 per month just to catch up. On his $94,000 salary, that's basically impossible without destroying his current quality of life. Graham's salary is now $103,000. Similar career trajectory, similar life situation. But when I asked him about his finances, Roth IRA, $87,000, 401k, $178,000, taxable brokerage account, $52,000, total invested net worth, $317,000. Let that sink in for a second. Same starting point, same industry, same timeline, same opportunities. Ryan has $54,000. Graham has $317,000. The difference between them isn't intelligence. It's not discipline. It's not even financial knowledge. The only difference is that Graham set up automation in 2012 and never thought about it again. Ryan relied on doing it manually when he had extra money, which means he never did it. Because here's the truth. You are not a robot. You will forget. You will procrastinate. You will convince yourself, I'll start next month for 96 consecutive months. But a robot system? A robot never forgets. Never gets tired. Never makes excuses. Never sees a sale and decides to skip savings just this once. That's why automation isn't a nice-to-have feature. It's the only thing that actually works. Here's the reality. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Your paycheck is either building your future freedom or keeping you locked in the same financial prison forever. The difference isn't how much you earn. It's not about getting lucky or finding some secret investment. It's about what you do in those first 48 hours after money hits your account. Draw a hard line at 50% of take home for true necessities. Reverse the waterfall. Pay your future self before anyone else gets a penny. Build a robot system that runs on autopilot so you can never sabotage yourself. Do this every single time you get paid, and 5 years from now, you'll look at your net worth and understand why everyone else is still broke. They're still hoping for discipline to magically appear. You built a system that makes discipline irrelevant. So here's what you're going to do right now. Pull out your phone, open your banking app, look at your last paycheck. Ask yourself one question. Did I follow a system or did I just hope for the best? If you hoped, you're still operating on Ryan's plan. If you built a system, you're on Graham's path. Your next paycheck, and I mean your very next one, is your fresh start. Set up the automation this weekend. Let it run. And never think about it again. 5 years from now, you'll look back at this moment and realize this was when everything changed. Not because you earned more, because you finally built a system that actually works. I'll see you in the next one.